YouTube. Strategic Entrepreneur stopping by. Hey, look, before I get started in this video about how to get your passive income going, because I did my last few videos ago about my 90-day run. It's been going great. I hit my real estate goal a little bit, my Twitch, a lot of things, honestly. Really, and fast. So it kind of makes you think, what do you got to do now? But I'm going to finish the rest of the list, and I'm going to start some new things, too. And I appreciate y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing, too, for sure. But this one going to be about passive income. Believe me, when I started my entrepreneur journey, that's all you heard. This is full-time entrepreneur. 6 years ago, bro, all you heard was passive income. How to generate they're still saying it nowadays, but people are really understanding what passive income is. Look, passive income, if you do something, let's just say once, and it brings you money for over 20 years, and you don't have to do that thing again. I can't speak for other people. This is just what I know. For sure that works. The stock market. Cliche as it is, but guess what? The thing about the stock market is I could put, let's just say, $2,000 into Walmart stock. And I'm going to put another $2,000, that's before, right? $2,000 into, I would say, a real estate investment trust, aka a REIT, just to create that monthly income for you. But I'm going to just say Tractor Supply, right? The thing about it is, and I worked at Walmart, so I had to ask around and understand. If you buy them shares for $200, $2,000 right now, most people are looking at, when they put the money in, how fast is it going to grow? Walmart's going to grow. I worked there, and I understood when I was asking the people that been there for 20 years, they was telling me, this is years ago before I know it. I've had NVIDIA splits. I've had Tesla split. I've had a lot of splits. I've seen it now, for sure. But you don't see it at the beginning stage of it. And I had to go do my research, too. That's the main thing. But hold on. I'm looking at my portfolio. I got 3 portfolios. I got 2 stock portfolios and 1 crypto portfolio. I'm looking at it, and the more money I was putting in, the more money it was generating in the portfolio. Of course, I'm putting money in the portfolio. I'm not working hard. I'm not. I'm literally, the money I make in my business, I put it in the stock market or I put it in the crypto. Because I know one day I'm not going to be able to work. It's one day I'm not going to be able to see this customer. It's one day I'm just going to, I'm already prepared for the future when I do this. So now, I wake up, like I said, my passive income, I wake up 9:30. Well, I'm up before 9:30, but I'm up at 9:30. Guess what? Let me check my portfolio. This one portfolio might be up $400 a day. Cool. This other portfolio might be up $600 a day. So at first, I wasn't calculating it like that. I just made $900. I was looking at them. This one made that one made that. But it was still passive income no matter how I put it. I would never touch my stock portfolios, get rid of my stocks or anything, forever. These portfolios are going to build regardless if I ever touch them again because of the dividends, the splits, the capital gains. I own your best stocks. Excuse me. I own your best stocks. I had to learn that. I can speak from the top dogs that told me what they told me or I heard. Charlie Munger literally said, why aren't you buying the top 5% stocks? And when I first started buying stocks about 7 years ago, I knew what they were saying. But once it's like getting into the bat, you can watch basketball all you want until you get in the game yourself, and then you got to figure out, why is the ref blowing the whistle? I'm in the game. That's the difference. So I started seeing that. Cool. That's stuff for anybody that's trying to get started. All of this started with, I didn't have a plan at first. I was just putting money in the market. Then I started, let me actually plan this. Let me do $5 a day in the stock market. Of course, I'm going to go work and make $5 a day. Of course, I would spend $5 on some bullshit that day. Could have been a coffee, when I could have just made my coffee at home for 80 cents or 50 cents, you know, and kept it $4 and put it in the stock market. Seriously. It may not sound like a lot to some people, because I'm not gonna lie, if you just put in $100 to $500 a month, that's the best thing to do. But everybody can't start like that. The $5 taught me how the market works. Literally, my hit, when if somebody can't tell you what have they made, this is what I haven't made my most money, but this was my best start. I literally put $200 in the Carvana when COVID hit. It was about $250. Wasn't that much. But this was when it was $5 a share. It made it to $5 a share from $300 a share. How many of you think I own? I own like at least 40 shares of Carvana at that time until I sold the profit around $150, $80, $300 now. I've sold profit. But guess what I did with that profit? I had put some of that Carvana profit. This for the people that don't know. I put that Carvana profit into Nvidia when it was at 400. Of course, I could have got in earlier on Nvidia if I would have been listening and knowing. Cool. You figured it out. You go. Next thing you know, I'm putting money in Nvidia. Nvidia makes it to $1,000. Has a split. Guess what I told y'all about the splits? I think theirs was like 1 for 3 or something like that. Every share you own, you got like 3 extra. It was something like that. But I got extra shares just for owning it. Something that's valuable. Nvidia is valuable. That was my whole purpose of that. Now this portfolio has that Nvidia has more shares and is one of my best performing stocks in that one portfolio, literally. But the main thing of this passive income situation is it's going to take brain work. In the stock market and crypto is going to be the same. I'm putting crypto and stock in the same boat. Crypto is going to be the same way. The thing about crypto is you might could turn that $1,000 in crypto to $10,000 this year. Fast. Maybe in 2 months. If you're trading, it can be in, a quick instant. I am going to order, for this 90-day run, I'm probably like 78 days in now. Somewhere around that, 70 to 80. About 78, though. But I did say I was going to order some more. I'm going to order some books. I already got business books, financial books, whatever. But I'm going to order some stock books. I already know the stock market, but I'm going to order those books because I want to hear the stories. Like, I know the Warren Buffett stories. I know Bill Ackman. Phew, it's so many names that have came through the industries that are business titans. And I love watching this one YouTube channel. I would mention it right now, but if you know, you know. They talk about all the business titans. I'm looking at them go to war. You still got to invest in your business, run your business, still buy stocks and be smart over there. That's what I do, literally. I literally own my business, my stocks, crypto. It's so many things, like for real estate, the passive income, as they say, that's not really passive. Like, you don't really get passive income in your business unless it's already going. But in the beginning stages, no. When I started the vending machine business, I swear they love to say passive income for the vending machine business. If I have to go fill that vending machine up, that's not passive income. I had to go put in work to create passive income. Cool, I might not have to check that machine for 2 to 3 weeks. That's the passive part. But it's way more passive if you go hire someone. So you're not the one having to create the money anymore. You already have the system. If you don't have, the stock market is a system already designed to make money. If you just want to focus on dividends, that's what I was meaning to say earlier when I was talking about Walmart and Tractor Supply. I own both of those. Tractor Supply pays a good dividend. It has a split when I was doing my research, it was like every 4 to 5 years, maybe 8 years sometimes. I'm going to own it for the next, till I'm gone. Because I had to understand, I own Amazon, that's cool. But Tractor Supply, I know for a fact farmers need it. What do we need farmers for? So I'm like, and it pays a good dividend, why not? When they say You can get, I'm facing the volatility right now, but I'm fine with it. About 6 months ago, I started buying IPOing companies or companies that IPO recently that I knew were great companies in the past year to two. Reddit, CoreWeave, oh man, Figma, Bullish. I own all these right now. They're up. But the thing is, I see if you can start with a company and grow with them and watch them invest, like CoreWeave has invested in NVIDIA, Microsoft, you name them. But the thing to create this passive income, if you can't think and go look up the research and go get the money, you'll never create passive income. That's going to be your hardest out of all of it. If you're going to sit there and watch what other people are doing I hate those type of people. They say they copy trade or that's trade options and stuff, but I understand. Bro, if you're just going to listen to someone say they bought, I own Uber. If I heard somebody say they bought Uber instead of understanding why I bought it, how long are you going to keep it in your portfolio? You don't even know why if you're just listening to some of the top stock guys and not actually doing it yourself, bro, you don't know when they sold and took profit. You're not understanding the game still yet. Once you understand the game, passive is going to be easy. But don't think, as I want to say, my business is going to bring in my passive income. That's the best. Your job can bring, literally, your job can bring that money. You have guaranteed money coming in once a month, twice a month, sometimes 3 to 4. Guess what? You could be turning your monthly checks into your new income. And it's going to triple and faster. Because I literally did this without a job. Like if I would have known that 22 or 20, bro, all the money I make from here on out, I would have been, what? 5 years. I'm already ahead for when I learned the stuff. But I see what happens when you could have learned it earlier. And it's fun. It's fun going to look up, what company is going to make me rich? It's no limit to what you can buy. It's all on you. But like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you're going to do for your passive income journey.